everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Monday evening right here from 8 to 11 p.m. right here on YouTube currently, but maybe things will be changing in the near future, so stay tuned for details. But welcome to the September 13th, 2021 Vinyl Treasure Show here live on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. It's my all 60s show. We kind of divert a little bit from my 50s and early 60s show, and I give you a taste of some of the other 45s that I've collected through my career of collecting, I guess we can call it that. So we'll be spinning 1960s and more. Got some rockabilly tunes also. They're mostly records I will not feature on my 50s, or I don't normally feature on my 50s and early 60s. So there is a small overlap, just a little bit of an overlap there, but it's all good. So thank you all for being here. We opened up tonight with a cool surf record. This group is out of the state of Kansas. It's on the DJB record label, and it's from July of 1964, a group known as The Breakers, with a cool instrumental there. A song entitled Beachhead. Johnny G's not much of a beachhead, but I am a record geek, that is for sure. So let's start it off here with the vocal portion of the show, and I love this song, and it was a song that my aunt also loved, and she bought the 45. Hers was a painted on label like this one, but you can get the nice hard vinyl copy. So I'm featuring a styrene press as we open up. We open up here from December of 1965. That was the release date, although it became somewhat of a decent hit for this group, Bob Cuban and the Inman. And it features Walter Scott on lead, and you all know this tune. I think it's a great tune. Give a listen to Bob Cuban and the Inman as we open up here on the All 60s edition with their tune called The Cheater.
Haven't you heard about the guy known as the cheater? He'll take your girl and then he'll lie and he'll mistreat her. It seems every day now you hear people say now, look out for the cheater, make way for the fool-hearted clown. Look out for the cheater, he's gonna build you up just to let you down. All of you girls had better stay inside your door now. He'll hurt you once, then turn around and hurt you some more now. When he's out betraying, you hear people saying, look out for the cheater, make way for the fool-hearted clown. Look out for the cheater, he's gonna build you up just to let you down. That cheater took my baby away from me. Yes, how? I don't mean maybe I'll get her back, just wait and see. Wait and see. One of these days he'll find a girl who knows all about him. She's gonna break his carefree heart and go on without him. And you'll hear thereafter, above all the laughter, tough luck for the cheater, too bad for the fool-hearted clown. Tough break for the cheater who used to build you up
What a great tune to open up the vocal portion here of the Vinyltreasure show on the All 60's edition. That's Bob Cuban and the Inman from 1966. Actually 65 release, but it was some big hit in 1966 and did very well in regional markets. That's on the Musicland USA record label. Walter Scott, he was the lead singer of that group, and they performed that. I think there's a cool video from American Bandstand where they lip sync that song. But Walter Scott, he disappeared, but it was found out that he was murdered. He was murdered by his wife's boyfriend, and they found him years later, and the mystery was solved. A sad ending to Walter Scott, but he has a lot of other cool records with Bob Cuban and the Inman, also solo releases. Johnny G here spinning my all 1960s 45s. Let's go to the volumes. They're from Chicago. This group is from Chicago. Pretty sure they're from Chicago. They have two great records on this label, plus other labels too. American Arts is the label, but I like all four sides that they do on the American Arts label. And I think this is their second. Not really sure, but anyway, this is from February of 1965. Give a listen to the volumes on American Arts. Their tune is called I Just Can't Help Myself. Yeah, sometimes the camera gets out of focus. It's the colors is what it is. It's the colors that make it get out of focus. Sometimes I have to hold, someone mentioned it, Rock and Ed mentioned it there. The camera does get out of focus sometimes. See, now it is in focus because it's not spinning. The white labels cause it. The lighter labels cause the camera to be out of focus there. Anyway, that's the great sound of the volumes. They do so many great releases. They're dating back to 1960 or 61. on the Chex label, but that one there on the American Arts label, February 1965, I just can't help myself. Johnny G just can't help myself when it comes to 45s. Been collecting them since I was in high school, and I've amassed so many 45s. I'm starting to go through them now, especially my 60s stuff. I'm trying to get the duplicates out of the way, as maybe I will kind of maybe try to sell those duplicates eventually. But we're going to give some listens to some other cool tunes tonight. And sometimes on the All 60s show, there is a touch of the 70s. And this next record is from, and this song was done by somebody else. It just slips my mind who did it first. I know I have quite a few, actually all my listeners are very educated when it comes to the music, so I know somebody must know the original version of this, but the song is called The Feeling's Right, and it's always right on either on a Monday night for Johnny G or a Saturday night for Johnny G, but this one's from November of 1970, and let's give a listen to Doris Duke. Doris Duke on the Canyon label. It's called The Feeling is Right.
You, darling, a fever comes over me. Oh yeah, there's a burning deep inside that just won't let me be. Now I try to be patient, baby, but I just can't stand the pain. Oh no, right, and the time is right now, baby. Feeling is right. I got to have your love. My desires won't wait forever, darling. My willpower's growing weak. Oh yeah, and I just can't feel this need inside with promises you won't keep. Oh baby, put away your childish ways and let the man in you shine. Come on baby, let a good thing come between us. Get on with this double mind. Oh, feeling is right, and the time is right now. Hey baby, feeling is right. I got to have your love. Hey baby, I got to have it. Come on, baby. Give it to me right now, darling. Yeah. Come on, baby. I need it. Bring it to me. Baby. Right now.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you, Mr. Dave the Rave. Clarence Carter, he recorded that song first, but this is a nice cover tune by Miss Dora Duke. Dora Duke from 1970, November of 1970. Came out on the Canyon record label. She has a bunch of releases. I should say not a bunch, but she has definitely a few releases on the Canyon label. That tune called The Feeling is Right. The Feeling's Right every Monday night here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here. So we go from one end of the spectrum from November of 1960, and let's go let's go to 1962 now. 1962, March 62 to be exact for this gal. She was the first a white female act to be signed by Berry Gordy Jr. to the Motown record label. And this 45 comes with a picture sleeve. I don't have the picture sleeve. Reed, do you have the picture sleeve of this 45? It's a pretty cool looking picture sleeve, by the way, but Johnny G does not have it. But we move from November of 1970, we go to March of 1962. We head to Detroit, Michigan, to Motown Records. This tune written by Berry Gordy Jr. Give a listen to Debbie Dean. Debbie Dean with her tune called Everybody's Talking About My Baby.
They say he's bad. I say he's the truest guy I ever had. Whoa, the truest guy I had. Whoa, the truest guy I had. Everybody's talking about my baby. Everybody's talking about my baby. They say that he's not true. They say he'll leave me blue. They say he's a run around, but they're just mad 'cause they put him down. Everybody's talking about my baby. Everybody's talking about my baby. Maybe I'm a fool. What they're saying may be true. He may be bad, but remember one thing. He treats me just like a queen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stop talking about my baby. What he's done before really doesn't make me sore. To me he's sweet, to me he's kind. Let's just leave the past behind and stop talking. Yeah, 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 about my baby. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go. That's Debbie Dean. That's Debbie Dean on the Motown record label. She's the first white female act to be signed to the Motown record label there, March 1962. Debbie Dean with Everybody's Talking About My Baby. Why don't we stay with a little bit of a Motown theme here? And you all know this next group. I like this song by The Temptations. Again, it's on the Gordy record label. We go to March of 1963 now. The Temptations on the Gordy label. This is a cool tune. It's called I Want a Love I Can See.
I want a love I can see. That's the only kind that means a thing to me. Don't want a love you have to tell me about. That kind of a loving I can sure do without. I can sure do without. Yeah, 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 yeah. I want a love I can feel. That's the only kind of a loving I think is real. Don't wanna be going by something I heard now. 'Cause baby, action speaks louder than words. Louder than words. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Want a love that's mine. In the rain or in sunshine. A love to keep me warm when it's cold. The kind of a love that will never grow old. Never grow old.
Those are the Great Temptations on the Berry Gordy Jr.'s Gordy record label. One of their cool tunes there, I Want a Love I Can See, from March 1963. Now, up next, a very rare 45. An interesting story about this record, because I used to go to a Montvale, I forget the hotel, Sheraton maybe Hotel in Montvale, New Jersey. And one of the dealers there, one of the first dealers I ever bought records from, was Ken Thompson. He was from South Jersey, and he would travel to all the shows. I hope Ken is doing well. I haven't heard from Ken in a while, but he would set up, and he sold a lot of the records in his collection, but he would buy fine records and he would sell them. That was his business. He would show up there with his wife. So, you know, I didn't know a lot about group harmony at the time, and I was interested in all kinds of music, mainly soul records. But again, he had this record. It was in his, I guess, on the table in one of the boxes. They were alphabetically. I think it was in the soul box. And he had $5 on this record. Somebody go and check the price on this 45 and see what it sells for now. But he had $5. It shows you how long ago I bought this record. Has to be sometime, I must have been, maybe I was in college, and I graduated in 1980. So I had a 71 Chevy Impala, and I would drive around to, you know, garage sales, and I started going to record shows. So I saw this record in the box, The Delights, and I said, I don't know what this record is, but for $5, it's not in mint shape. I said, I'll take it. So I had it in my collection for all these years. Then the Northern Soul boom came. You know, it just all of a sudden just came on the scene, although they were always dancing to the music. I mean, at least at that time in the early 1970s, I think is when that phenomenon happened. But I happen to have this record in my collection. I found out that it goes for some bucks, but it's from 1965. It's an in-demand record. It's on the Cuppy label. I think it's out of Philadelphia. Cuppy Records out of Philadelphia, 1965. Give a listen to The Delights. And the name of the tune is called Lover. Yeah, that's what they're looking for there. That I paid $5 for the 45. It's like VG. It's like VG, but I guess it plays good enough to enjoy, that is for sure. I want to think, Dave the Rave, did you eventually find that record or not? I don't know if you did or not, but that one there, 1965, The Delights on the Cuppy label, song entitled Lover, and they were another group. They were a group that evolved into that. Anyway, it's the all 1960s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. We're here Monday evenings, Monday from 8 to 11. Let's continue here, and really don't know anything about this next record. I know Greg sold it to me maybe a few years ago. I think it's maybe from 1963 or 63, I think it's from, or maybe 64. It's on the CB label. CB Records, it's called. Yes, it's a styrene 45, and there is one spot in there that is a little problematic. You know I hate styrene records, but the group is called Hal Clark and the Blenders. So let me know what you think about this record, because it wasn't really cheap. I wouldn't call it really, really expensive, but I don't think it's really known. Hal Clark and the Blenders on the CB label, and it's called My Wedding Day. Give it a listen.
I'm standing here and wondering if what I'm doing is right. I wish that I could make up my mind. Here they come. Oh, I never saw a girl look so sweet. I can't make up my mind. Can't make up my mind on my wedding day. On my wedding day, my wedding day, my day. On my wedding day. Do you take this woman to be a lawful wedded wife, to love and to cherish her for the rest of your life? Don't you know? I really don't know. Do I promise to love and obey, to death do us part? I wanna know. I really, really, really gotta know. Here they come. Oh, I never saw a man walk so fast. Make up my mind. How can I make up my mind on my wedding day? On my wedding day. My wedding day. My wedding day. On my day. Oh yeah. My wedding day. I said I can't make up my mind. On my day. Oh, yeah. My wedding day. On my wedding day.
So what'd you think about that record? Yes, Brian, there were, like I said, styrene records, if they're not taken care of, if they're overplayed, if they're played with a bad needle, you're gonna get some kind of distortion. I mean, a brand new, spanking new styrene 45 is usually pretty good. But that one there is by Hal Clark and the Blenders on the CB label, My Wedding Day. The flip side's pretty good too. It's like a dance thing, singing about a dance, and maybe we'll give it a spin later on or on another future 60 show. But that record, when it started off, it reminded me of this record as we go back to the Motown label, and this was the very first 45 under the title of Martha and the Vandellas. I mean, the group backed up. The group did backup vocals for Marvin Gaye on Stubborn Kind of Fell and a couple of the other artists, but this was their first release. I'm pretty sure, Reed, tell me if I'm wrong, but this is the first release for Martha and the Vandellas from September 1962 on the Gordy record label. And it sounded, or it reminded me of the record we just heard. It's called I'll Have to Let Him Go. Tell me if you think they are similar, maybe.
I saw him kiss another and watched him hold her tight, and I made up in my mind that very night.
I've got to let him go. I've got to set him free. Even though I let him go, he's still a part of me. Oh, now I know, yes I know, there's someone he's thinking of. I'll have to let him go with all my love. I saw him, but he didn't see me. The tears just filled my eyes when he kissed her tenderly. Oh, it hurt me so inside, so much he'll never know. I'll simply hide my pride, and I'll have to let him go. I've got to let him go. Move on, my heart cries. Find yourself another. Let him be. Oh, he's better off without me. This I know. My only wish is to make him happy. I've got to say goodbye. I've got to say so long. Even though the years go by, my love will carry on. Oh, I must not tarry so. Surely he must know it's gonna hurt me so. But I'll have to let him go. Yeah, it's gonna hurt me so. But I'll have to let him go. I've got to say so long. Gonna hurt me so.
As Martha Reeves and the Vandellas there from Johnny G losing his place here, from September of 1962. That's on the Gordy record banner. I'll Have to Let Him Go. What I meant to say was that was their first release as Martha and the Vandellas, as they have recorded as the Vells, and also they go even further back as the Delphis on the Checkmate record label. Johnny G here. It's our all 60s edition on a Monday evening from 8 to 11 p.m. Thank you all for joining in on the YouTube right now, and stay tuned for announcements coming forward on the next Vinyl Treasures show. So let's continue here. And Johnny G's not shy with playing my B-sides of 45s, and I always tell my collector buddies to make sure they flip over their 45s, as not only are the A-sides pretty good, but also the B-sides are pretty good. And this is a great two-sided 45 by the Platters. When Tony Williams left the Platters, the lead who took over was Sonny Turner. Sonny Turner became the lead of the Platters, and they had some hits on the Musicor record label. And this is a B-side to I Love You 1,000 Times, which is a song I like. And but the flip side is actually a pretty cool upbeat song. So this one's from March of 1966. It's the flip side of Love You 1,000 Times. These are the Platters, and their tune is called Don't Hear, Speak, See No Evil.
See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil.
Let no one tell you that I untrue. Don't say we're through, baby. Don't break my heart in two. Sometimes the things you see ain't what they seem to be. So baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, trust me.
Hear no evil.
Cover your ears to the lies about me.
Speak no evil.
Don't say you believe them, baby. I love only you.
See no evil.
Just close your eyes to all their dirty lies. And baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, trust me. Now just because of one monkey heard I didn't love you, the second one swears that it's true. The third one said he saw me walking and talking, flirting with somebody new. Well,
Hear no evil.
let them talk if they want to. It don't mean a thing.
Speak no evil.
And I swear I love you, baby. You're my everything.
See no evil.
Just have a little faith in me. How happy we will be. So baby, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, don't you hear, don't you speak, don't you see no evil, baby.
Don't you speak, don't you see no
Don't believe what
evil.
they're saying
Don't
now.
you speak, don't you see no
You
evil.
know that I love you, girl.
See no
Anything in the world for you.
B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Those are the Platters, Sonny Turner and the Platters. March 1966 on the Music Core record label, the flip side of Love You a Thousand Times, a song entitled Don't Hear, Speak, or See, or not, See No Evil, doesn't say or. But anyway, I think a lot of the Platters records, at least they're soulful, very soulful sides on the Music Core record label. Johnny G here on a Monday evening. If I said Saturday, you know, that has been embedded in my mind since 2005. Always been on a Saturday evening. But I decided to do my all 60s show on a Monday night from 8 to 11 p.m. and that's where it's going to be. So I'm going to be pulling out a whole bunch of cool 1960s original 45s out of my collection. So tell your friends to tune in, and we'll continue here. Got some rockabilly here. We'll wait for the rockabilly crowd to come in. And so this is like a different show. It's an ad hoc show. I'm playing as I go. So we get a nice even flow. So we move from the Platters from 1966. Let's move to 1968 now on the Venture record label. Lots of cool 45s on the Venture label. The Ballads come to mind. Calvin Carter, I think. And this artist, there's others too, by the way. There's a girl group on there too. It just doesn't come to mind. But this artist goes by the name of Daryl Carter. Or maybe I'm getting confused. Daryl Carter, yeah. It's from March of 1968. And I like this song here on the Venture label by him. It's called I Keep Begging You to Say.
Just long enough to change my mind and fill my heart with love. And the second I give in to you, and I think the coast is clear. Your sweet, sweet ways and actions, they just seem to disappear. You bring me heartaches by the number, yet I still can't break away. You break my heart 1,000 times. I keep begging you to stay. Baby, I'm so crazy about you that I just can't help myself. And I know I'd be unhappy if you left me for someone else. Now I don't think that you'd be involved with another guy. You spend too much of your time bringing tears to my eyes, turning your love right off and on, like you're sending me a cold giving in like I was before, knowing that you gonna hurt me, girl. Still I come back for more. You break me heartaches by the number, and I just can't take away. You break my heart 1,000 times. I keep begging you to stay, baby. I'm so crazy about you that I just can't help myself, and I know I'd be unhappy. You left me for someone else.
I like that record. I really do. Daryl Carter's his name. March 1968 release on the Venture label. I keep begging you to stay. Those are the kind of records I was buying for, 25 cents back when I was collecting a lot of the group harmony stuff. And I said, I like this. I like the music because my aunt, she changed as the times changed. Not only was she into early vocal group harmony, she was also into lots of soul music, and a lot of the records in her collection were all soul records. We used to get them from the jukebox distributor, and she had, she wasn't the normal teenager. I wouldn't call like 945s to be a normal teenager's collection of records back then. Back then, especially the gals in high school, here's my box of 45s. I got 50 45s, and that was it. Anyway, let's continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. We go to the Planetary label. There's not a lot of releases on the Planetary label, but there's some great sides on the Planetary label. And this gal, she's got a couple of good sides on this label, plus others. Her name is Dorothy Berry. Let's give a listen to her tune here, April 1965. She has two on the label. I don't know if this is the first or second, but it's not an easy record to find. This one from April of 65. Give a listen to Dorothy Berry on the Planetary label. It's called Standin' on the Corner.
About if I walk you home?
Well, I don't really know if I should.
Oh, come on, girl.
Well, okay.
She's got him standing on the corner,
Standing on the corner,
all day long,
all day long.
waiting and hoping
Waiting and hoping
he come along.
he'd come along. Listen, girl, if you wanna catch that certain guy, just stand on the corner till he comes walking by.
People waiting, standing on the corner,
Standing on the corner,
waiting on the corner,
waiting on the corner,
standing on the corner,
standing on the corner.
waiting on the corner,
Ever since spring night,
standing on the corner,
standing on the corner.
As Ms. Dorothy Berry on the Planetary record label, Standing on the Corner, April 1965 release. Johnny G used to stand on the corner. I used to do my record deals. Even when I was working in Newark, I remember I did a record deal with Greg Surik. So he said, I met him, I don't know where, it might have been at Spence's house. And I don't know, it was like $6,000 of 45s, or it came out to $6,000 of records. So I said, can I write you a check? So he said, no, you can't write me a check. Not for that much. I can't handle a check for $6,000. I said, well, then I'm going to have to get cash. I said, you're going to have to wait till the bank opens. I can go on Saturday. I mean, it was like, I think the next Saturday to get it. And then Monday I'll meet you in Newark. So there I was standing on the corner of Mulberry Street in Newark with $6,000 in my pocket, waiting for him to go around and around the block because it's not that easy to park. You know, it's not that far from the NJ Pack there. So he comes by in his car and he hands me, and I had to sneak out of work. So I snuck out of work because I work in the building there at Park Plaza, 80 Park Plaza, and I snuck down and I handed him this wad of money, and he gave me the records. They were expensive 45s, I can tell you that much. So Johnny G was standing on the corner. Johnny G here for a Saturday, it's Monday, for a Monday evening babbling on. See what happens when I babble on. But let's continue here because I love this girl group here. They're called the Blossoms, and this one's from January of 1966. Features the lovely voice of Darlene Love. This is this is actually, I think, their first record on the Reprise label. Tune written by Van McCoy. We go back to January 1966. The Blossoms on Reprise. It's called That's When the Tears Start.
Each time you walk by, give you a great big smile. Although I wanna die, but when you're not in view, oh, baby, my heart breaks in two. And that's when the tears start, oh, baby, and I start crying. Oh, that's when the tears start, and I start crying. Oh, that's when the tears start. Inside I'm dying. When friends are near me, I start pretending. Tell them I'm doing fine. My heart is mending. But when they're not around, my whole world tumbles down. And that's when the tears start. And I start crying. That's when the tears start, and I start crying. That's when the tears start. Inside I'm dying. Don't think about you so much in daylight. 'Cause working on my mind, and I make it alright. But when the shadows fall, all memories come to go. That's when the tears start, and I start crying. That's when the tears start, and I start crying. That's when the tears start, and I start crying. That's when the tears start. Inside I'm dying.
Those are the great Blossoms there. Darlene Love on lead. January 1966 release. I think that's their first one I mentioned on the Reprise record label. Tune written by Van McCoy. That's When the Tears Start. Flipside's good on that too. I forget what the name of it is. We could flip it over if somebody checks it out. Anyway, but I think it was pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. As we continue here on the All 60s edition, go back 1 year to 1965. I featured the flip side of this. Actually, was my closer Saturday night, a request for Matey Campboy, a song called Here Is My Heart. It came out on a label called J. Rude Records. 2 records on this label that I have. The first one is by a male group called The Informers. The second release is by this gal. She's just known as A. Debbie. So I don't know what that means. I never was able to find out what A. Debbie means, but that's her name. But she's she's backed up by the Informers. And Here Is My Heart is a nice ballad. This one's also mid-tempo. This is the intended A-side. It's from 1965. It's not a cheap record either. I was lucky to get both at the same time. J. Rude Records. Give a listen to A. Debbie. It's called A Baby Darling. That's A. Debbie. A. Debbie there. That's the A-side from 1965. Sounds like it could be a Philly record on the J. Rude record label. Baby Darling is the name of the tune. The Informers are the group that are backing her up there. They have the release just before that. I think it's 1401 on that is an Informers record. It goes for about maybe $350, I think. That one sells, I think, for that much too. I'm not sure, but I bought them as the pair. Johnny G here on a Monday evening. We're here from 8 to 11 p.m. right now on YouTube, and we're streaming on YouTube. And if you are new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell to get notifications when Johnny G will be live. And let's continue here. Now, this next record, this was one of my dollar purchases, and I think this record sells for some bucks if I'm not mistaken. I told the story on last Saturday night about I used to go to Mount Kisco to this to Ed Sokol's house. He just bought this new house in Mount Kisco and they were renovating it, but my friend Mike Layton, another collector friend from Mount Kisco, said, Johnny, he's got thousands and thousands of 45s. They're all $1 a piece, so you can look through them and you can pile them up. I would pile them up in piles of 100 records, and I'd walk out of there with like $1,000 every night of buying records. I would leave my job in White Plains. I was working in White Plains at the time for a container leasing company. It was my first job out of college, and I was a staff accountant there, and I had that 71 Chevy Impala too. And so I would drive up there, and I would fill my trunk with 45s, all at $1 a piece. And this was one of them. Although this is not on the original label, I have it on Atlantic. It originally came out on the JV label. I think that was the first release, but then Atlantic picked it up. It's by Cliff Nobles. Cliff Nobles is from September of 1966. Let's give a listen to Cliff Nobles on the Atlantic label for mine. It's called My Love is Getting Stronger. That's Cliff Nobles. Cliff Nobles had a big hit with a song entitled The Horse on the Filet of Soul label, but this is a rare, well, I wouldn't say rare because I think a bunch of these just sell for a lot of money, either on the JV label, which is the First Press, or the Atlantic label. It's called My Love is Getting Stronger for September 1966. That's by Cliff Nobles. Let's move into 1967 here, March of 67 to be exact, with a label, this label, I think it's maybe out Texas way, possibly. It's the Jolo record label. I think this group has 2 releases on this label, but they're called The Cheaters. These are The Cheaters from March of 1967, and the song is called He's Been Fooled.
And look at darling where
called The Cheaters. The Cheaters from March 1967. It's on the Jolo record label. He's Been Fooled is the name of the tune. That's actually a pretty cool record. Wonder how their other one sounds. I don't have their other one. I don't think I do. It's possible I may. Johnny G here spinning 1960s 45s. We do it every Monday from 8 to 11 p.m. If you're new to the YouTube stream, please subscribe to my channel. I'm also here on Saturday evenings from 10 to 1 a.m., normally 1:30. Usually go to 1:30 with all the requests, but let's continue here. Now, this next record was a big hit up in Chicago, and it first came out on another label. I've seen some really whipped copy of it. I don't remember the label, and it was actually, I think, a different version. It was a more primitive version of the song, but I remember there was Dick Clark would talk to disc jockeys from different parts of the United States. So I forget who it was who he had up in the Chicago area, one of those big stations up in Chicago. So he'd say, well, give us a record that's an up-and-coming record or a big record that's happening in your area on your station. So the DJ comes on and he says, well, you know, we got a great record up here. It's really selling all over. It's by a group called the Ides of March, and it's called You Wouldn't Listen. So what happened was it was the spotlight dance on whatever that 1966 Dick Clark American Bandstand was. So this one here is from May of 1966, came out on the Parrot label. I have a nice vinyl press of this, and that's how you really want to get this record. And you know, some people just don't listen when they're told to do certain things. We'll talk about that a little later. But this is from May 1966. Give a listen to the Ides of March on the Parrot label and their tune called You Wouldn't Listen.
I told you he was a fool.
You wouldn't listen to me.
To break your heart.
You wouldn't listen to me.
To tear it apart.
You wouldn't listen to me.
So you better get smart.
You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't hear what I got to say. You wouldn't listen to me. Now you have gotta pay. You gotta pay.
Better be true.
You wouldn't listen to me.
I said he's watching you.
You wouldn't listen to me.
So watch what you do.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Or you'll wreck your life too.
You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't hear what I got to say. You wouldn't listen to me. Now
You have gotta pay. You gotta pay.
I gave you plenty of warning. You wouldn't listen to what I say. Now you are in mourning. I tell that you're in a mighty bad way. Yeah, 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 yeah.
He was a fool.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Break your heart.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Tear it apart.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Better get smart.
You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't listen to me. You wouldn't hear what I got to say. You wouldn't listen to me. Now you have gotta pay. You gotta pay. You wouldn't listen to me.
Now you have gotta pay. You gotta pay.
You wouldn't listen to me.
Now you have gotta pay. You gotta pay.
They were were dancing in the spotlight dance to that record. That vinyl press plays really nice. I think I have 2 copies, but I probably have 2 copies of the vinyl press and 2 copies of the styrene press. But you want to get it on the vinyl press. That's a great tune there, The Ides of March, May 1966 on the Parrot label. It's called You Wouldn't Listen. And yes, some person did not listen, and that's the way it goes, so you gotta pay. Johnny G here, not paying anything, just playing 45s out of my collection. Let's continue here. Really don't know anything about this group. I call it out to you listeners out there if you know anything about this group. I don't even know what the song potentially might be, but maybe some of you guys know. It's from 1965, and the group is called The Panthers, and this is on a label called D&G Records, and it's. I think they're talking about a highway. Does anybody familiar with Bridgestone 90? Does that mean anything to anybody? I don't know what it means, but it's I don't know where I picked this up in my travels, probably for 10 cents, but I think it's maybe kind of a surfy sound. Let's give it a spin here. 1965, they're called The Panthers. It's on the D&G label. It's called Bridgestone 90. I don't even remember what they were singing about, but let's hear it. See what it sounds like.
I'm gonna pick up my girl and take her for a ride. Bridgestone, Bridgestone, what about gonna hit the road where we can really glide? Bridgestone, Bridgestone, what about, well it's such a thrill riding with the breeze. We can go anywhere that we want with ease on a Bridgestone, Bridgestone, oh Bridgestone 90. Coming off the line, Bridgestone 90, coming off the line, Bridgestone 90, leaving everyone behind. I'm gonna try for first place. Bridgestone, what about? I got faith in my Bridgestone and I think that I'll win a race. Bridgestone, what about? Gonna have some fun, well I'm telling you, 'cause there isn't anything we can't do on a Bridgestone, Bridgestone, oh Bridgestone 90, coming off the line. Bridgestone 90. Coming off the line. Bridgestone 90, leaving everyone behind. I'm gonna pick up my girl and take her for a ride. Bridgestone, Bridgestone, what a bike. 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 Bridgestone, Bridgestone, what a bike.
Duh, Johnny G. It sounds like a motorcycle there. See what happens when you just listen to a little bit of the song. But anyway, they're called The Panthers there, and Warren mentions that they are from Canada. Okay, got to put that down there. Charlene, take a note of that. Charlene didn't help me. I give Charlene a day off, I should say, on the 60s edition. But that one there, 1965, The Panthers on the D&G label, Bridgestone 90. I never had a motorcycle, never wanted to really be on a motorcycle. I always thought that they were kind of dangerous, but that's just me. Let's continue here with the all 60s edition, and I saw this one in the box too. I don't know anything. I know that the group is out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm going really out on a limb on this because the label Simcore has an Atlanta address. It has an Atlanta address, and the group is named Atlanta. They're called the Atlanta Vibrations. This is on the Simcore record label. It's from 1966. Let's give it a whirl here. Let's see how it sounds. The Atlanta Vibrations. It's called If You Let Me Love You.
say you care, I will be your true love and take you everywhere, everywhere. If you let me hold you oh so tight, I will be your true love and kiss you every night, every night. You may think it's strange that someone like me would settle down. Oh yes, I know that there's many, many other girls around. So if you let me hold you in my arms, I will be your true love and accept all your charms, all your charms. Someone like me would settle down. Oh yes, I know that there's many, many other girls around. So if you let me love you, if you'll say you care, I will be your true love and take you everywhere, everywhere. I don't care. Everywhere, everywhere.
It's a cool jangly tune there. I guess we can call it a jangly tune from on the Atlanta Vibrations from 1966. It's on the Simcore record label, song entitled If You Let Me Love You. Cool jangly sound here. And let's go into 1967, January 67 now for the Classics 4. Don't think Dennis Yost is on lead here, but you can hear him in the background. I definitely can hear him in the background on this record. And this one's produced by Joe South. It's on the Capitol label, the Classics 4 from January 1967. It's called Nothing to Lose.
There she goes, there goes the girl I adore. She's with him, she don't want my love anymore.
I could run to her side, but what would I say? I could beg her to come back or turn and walk away.
are the Classics 4. I hear Dennis Yost in there, and the other voice, it sounds like Bill Medley, but it can't be him. It cannot be him. But it's someone with a deep voice on there. But anyway, January 67, the Classics 4 on the Capitol label, a tune produced by Joe South. It's called Nothing to Lose. You got nothing to lose to tune into Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show on a Monday evening from 8 to 11 p.m. And I know Tom Shaughnessy's watching Johnny G on his ITV. Say hello to Tom Shaughnessy there. Let's continue here. And this group had a big hit on the Smash label. It was called Double Shot of My Baby's Love. Actually, they had an LP that came out, and there were a few of those cuts on the LP. They were released as singles, and this might have been the follow-up. I'm not sure if it was the follow-up, but it's a pretty cool beach sound. This is the sound of the beach. When I heard beach sound, it's like, am I thinking of going to the beach? Well, maybe, but I don't know. But anyway, they're called the Swinging Medallions. This is from June of 1966. It's on the Smash record label. It's called She Drives Me Out of My Mind. They're called the Swinging Medallions. The Swinging Medallions, their June 1966 release on the Smash record label. She Drives Me Out of My Mind. These 45s can drive you out of your mind. That is for sure. But Johnny G has the passion for collecting. It was funny because when I first started with my current company, we had like I guess a seminar, and they were telling us like the ethics committee and all that, and they were doing these kind of things, and they were like, do you have a passion for anything? And it was funny because not many people had a passion. They wanted you to move. They put everybody in the middle, and then they said, those that have a passion go on one side of the room, and others that don't have a passion for anything. It could be anything. It could be for reading. It could be for whatever you like to do. Of course, there were like only 3 people that had a passion, and of course, that was a chance for me to plug my radio show. I always look at that. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Monday evening, spinning original vinyl 45s. It's our all 60s edition here. And let's go to this group on the Cub record label. I think this was 1963. They're called the Corvells. Female lead with male backing. This one released in April of 63 on the Cub label. They're called the Corvells. It's called The Joke's on Me.
The joke's on me. The joke's on me. I shouldn't have gone there to that party last night, 'cause I was embarrassed when they turned on the lights. I heard the whole gang laughing, 'cause everyone could see everybody had somebody to kiss but me. The joke's on me. I could have cried, I could have died when you took me to that party. Thought your love was mine. I never dreamed when I turned my back, I turned around to find the whole thing laughing, 'cause everyone could see you were stuck in a corner having fun, telling her she was the only one. Everybody knew our love was from me. The joke's on me. Oh yeah. The joke's on me. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha.
April 63 release there for the Corvells. The Corvells on the Cub record label, The Joke's on Me. Well, the joke's not on Johnny G. That is for sure. The joke's on someone else as we go to a few rockabilly. I got 3 rockabilly records tonight. I decided, I got Brian and Ed waiting patiently for the rockabilly records, so we'll give them a spin. I got 3 of them here. I hope you guys like them. I think Dave the Rave likes this record too. But this one is an in-demand a 45, I'm sure, those that collect rockabilly records. It's on the Bandera label, which is out of Chicago, and the singer, his name is Benny Ingram, and he wrote this song, and this record was released in December of 1958, and as Warren mentioned, the record really rocks. So we'll send it out to those of you that love rockabilly. December 58. Can't read. When you get the 6s and the 8s together, that means there's either not enough light or you need new glasses. Benny Ingram on the Bandera record label. It's called Jello Sal.
Well, now she can do
on. Beaver baba 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 fan you on. Beaver baba 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 fan you on. Beaver baba 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 fan you on. Shaking this thing, that's how you got a name. Hey.
Some rockabilly here, I tell you, 1960s and more. This is the and more, and then I had some garagey and jangle pop. Johnny G normally leans soul on the 1960s show, but we have a variety of things here. And that one there, Mr. Benny Ingram from December 1958. It's on the Bandera record label, yes, out of Chicago. And Brian, that the number series are different. I think they don't have the same number series. I don't think they do. This is 1302. I think the Rockabilly has a different series number. But anyway, that's called Jello Sal. And this next artist, he has, I don't know, I know I have at least 3. Does he have 3 or 5 on the label? Mr. Charlie Feathers. It says Charlie Feathers and with... Who's Jody and Jerry? I guess those were the guys. Maybe they were playing some of the instruments, because I don't think there's any vocal group, and they're not singing vocals in the background. But this is on Sid Nathan's King label. This one is a little earlier. This is December 56. I think this record brings some... I didn't pay a lot of money for this 45, but I think it brings bucks. It's for those of you that like the rockabilly sound. This is Charlie Feathers. Charlie Feathers from December 56 on the King. Okay, 4 on King. I have 3. This is on King. It's called Bottle to the Baby.
Well, a rock last night I came in at 4. The woman told me I had to rock some more. She set me down, she put the young in my lap, and she said, rock that young and while I take a nap, I give the bottle to the baby. Bottle to the baby, yeah, rock. Bottle to the baby, if you want me to baby you, let's rock now. Baby, did you ba ba ba? 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 Bottle to the baby, if you want me to baby you. Oh, thank you. Well, that woman told me I wasn't treating her right. She had to rock them kids nearly every night. While I'm out just rocking my town, well, she told me I was gonna have to settle down and give the bottle to the baby. Bottle to the baby, did you wop bop bop? Bottle to the baby, did you want me to baby you? That's right. Well, when I get in from a gay night of fun, then I think back over the things I've done. I'm sorry, little mama, if I don't treat you right, but you know I hate to hear you say every night, you the bottle to the baby, bottle to the baby, come on in and rock. Bottle to the baby, if you want me to baby you. Oh, that's right. Well, baby, did you ba ba ba? Baby, did you ba ba ba? Baby, do the baby, did you ba ba ba? Do the baby, if you want me to baby you.
Yes, our second rockabilly tune there. That's Charlie Feathers. Charlie Feathers from December 1956. It's on the King record label. Bottle to the Baby is the name of the tune. I got another one here. You know, the one thing about rockabilly records, they hold their value. Of if you're going to collect records, do not collect group harmony records. There's only a few group harmony records that really go for some big bucks. Warren, what is that record by the Chants on Big Moment? It was at $3,003 yesterday. And I can tell you, I did not pay a lot of money for that record. But, well, I did pay a lot, but not that much. So that'll be played on my Saturday show. So if you like vocal group harmony, tune in Saturday at 10 from 10 to 1 a.m. for that. But rockabilly 45s and blues 45s and soul 45s and garage 45s, they hold their value. They are good investments if you want to collect records, especially if you can get them cheaply. I mean, when I bought some of my 45s, I was buying them for pennies a piece. And I know I have a lot of funk records from the 70s and from the early 80s. Those are records that I'm going to be willing to sell because there's some really astronomical funk records. Some of the funk recordings go for a lot of money, those 45s. But I've invested, my collection is really an investment over the years. And a lot of the group records I did get cheaply. But they have gone up. So, I still have value. They still have equity for Johnny G. But the equity I really get, or the value it brings me, is to play them on Saturday nights and Monday nights. So I'm glad that you are here with Johnny G on a Monday evening and a Saturday evening, hopefully. So let's continue here. And our third rockabilly record is from also the same year, December of 1956. This is on the Coral record label. This group had had a number of rockabilly releases on the Coral label, and they're all kind of in demand, but especially if they're like the powder blue promos. But this is the Johnny Burnett Trio, December 1956. It's on the Coral record label, and the full title of the song is called Lonesome Train, parentheses, on a Lonesome Track. This is our third rockabilly record and final in the set. Whoops, wrong one.
Lonesome train on the lonesome track. I'm going away, ain't coming back. I'm going somewhere far from my baby. On the lonesome train, on the lonesome track. A lonesome train on the lonesome track. Got all my troubles in one big pack. My baby left me, so sad and lonely. On a lonesome train, on the lonesome track. Dying on the lonesome train, on the lonesome track. On the lonesome train, on the lonesome track. I want my baby, I want her back. Don't want to go on forever traveling. On the lonesome train, on the lonesome track.
That is the third rockabilly record for the night there, the Johnny Burnett Trio. And I have all his 45s now. Was missing one. Thank you, Brian. I filled in that missing number there. But that's Johnny Burnett Trio, December 1956 on the Coral record label. Lonesome Train, parentheses, on a lonesome track. Hopefully you're not lonesome on a Monday evening listening to 1960s. Well, we just heard some rockabilly, but 1960s, as we get back to the 60s 45s out of my collection. Now, this one I paid $0.25 for. Dave the Rave, I know you have 2 copies of this 45. You need to check your stash instead of just being lazy to buy the 45s. I get like that too, but only for like a couple dollar record. I won't spend $25 on a record that I possibly already own, but it has happened before. I will say it has happened before. But I like this tune here by, has I lost her, there you go. Her name is, as I'm looking here, her name is Shirley Vaughn. Shirley Vaughn. I featured one, I think maybe a couple months ago when I was doing the monthly 60s show. But this is on the Double R label. Her name is Shirley Vaughn. I think it came out January 1966. It's called Watch Out, Mr. Lonely. Her name is Shirley Vaughn. I think that's a cool record. I love that guitar or whatever they're playing there. Just is really cool. Shirley Vaughn there, January 1966 release on the Double R Records, song entitled Watch Out, Mr. Lonely. Watch out for Johnny G. Who's calling me at this time? It's not for me. It's probably one of my sisters calling in to talk to my mother. That is for sure. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this is I don't know how common this record is, but I'm sure many of you know the charts that recorded Desiree on the Everlast record label. I think they're the same group. Pretty sure they're the same group. But this one is from I think it's 63. Both sides of the record are good. I was deciding which one to play. I could flip it over. That I could do. But it's from 1963. It's on the V Tone label, VEL-V-Tone. These are the charts, and I think this is the A side. It's called What's your excuse?
Where did you go, girl, when you left me at the dance? You said that guy that you went home with, he didn't have half a chance. So I walked home alone, and as I passed by his home, I heard music playing. Somebody saying, I'll always be true. It sounded just like you. Tell me what's your excuse? What's your excuse? You think that all you have to do is snap your fingers and I'll come running to you just as fast as I can. Running. But let me tell you, baby, you got a second order coming. Don't treat me like a child, 'cause I'm a full-grown man. I'm a full-grown man, at least I think I am. I'm nobody's fool, girl. And there's another thing you will learn, that when you play with fire, well, don't you know you would only be burned. I could read between the lines that there is something on your mind. Why don't you tell me the truth, dear? Have you found somebody new, dear? 'Cause I don't wanna cry. So before I say goodbye, tell me what's your excuse? What's your excuse? Tell me what's your excuse? What's your excuse?
Ever so slightly off center there. Those are the charts. I'm going to flip that over after this next record, though. Gotta say hello to Dwayne Hull. Dwayne, happy Monday here. Thank you for coming into the YouTube chat room there. 1963, the charts on the Velvetone label. What's your excuse? We're going to flip that 45 over here. Let's go up to Chicago here to the wonderful record label. This is not an expensive 45, but it's a great two-sided 45. Maybe I'll flip over this one too, but they're called The Admirations. This one from January 1968, so you should be able to find this one fairly cheaply. The Admirations, but it's a great record. See, a record doesn't have to cost a lot to be good. That is definitely the case. But anyway, The Admirations here, January 68 on the wonderful record label. This side's called All For You. Yes, All For You.
All for you. All for you. The things that I try to give you when you know you wouldn't accept from me. All for you. You know, girl,
Kind of sounding like the Five Stair Steps, but with a little older voice, I guess. But anyway, they're called The Admirations, January 1968 release. It's on the wonderful record label. It's called All For You. Actually, I wanted the flip side. I messed that up. But let's flip over that Charts 45 from 1963 on the Velvetone record label. And this tune is called Keep Dancing With Me. These are the charts from 63.
We're at a dance,
But I see at a glance that you're thinking our love cannot be. You may love another, oh yeah. Really love another, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But baby, you're dancing with me. Keep on dancing. Come on and dance. Stop dancing.
make you cry.
Look at him dancing by. He's holding her close. Can't you see? Can't you see? Daddy really loves her. Oh yeah. Really, really loves her. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And baby, you're dancing with me. Keep on dancing. Come on and dance. Stop dancing. Kick it up, kick it up. Shake, shake. Shake, shake. You must try to forget him.
Like he's forgotten you.
I'll love you forever. He'll never, ever be true.
Baby, be smart.
He's still locked in your heart. Break the chains or you never be free. And keep my arms around you. Oh yeah. And let my love surround you. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And baby, keep dancing. Oh baby, keep dancing. Oh baby, keep dancing with me. Keep on dancing. Come on and dance. Stop dancing. Oh, don't stop dancing. Keep on dancing.
Yeah, those are the charts. Yes, Byron, the same charts. Might not have Joe Greer on lead. Might be a different lead, but the bass, I think, and some of the other members, the original charts from the Everlast label, but this is on the Velvetone label, 1963. The charts with Keep Dancing With Me. It sounded like they said Keep On Dancing. But anyway, Johnny G here on a Monday. Welcome to our Monday get-together. It's my All 60s show and more. Thank you all for tuning in to the Vinyl Treasure Show. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we will have an announcement, hopefully an announcement coming up on the next show on what will be happening. So let's flip over that Admirations tune there from January of 1968. We'll flip over All For You. This is on the wonderful record label, and you get this tune. It's called Don't Leave Me.
Ooh, when I feel sad and blue, I just simply think of you. I tell myself I need no one else, no one but you. So my victory is won. I'm on my way to a very big surprise, for I never thought that you would ever leave, till I suddenly realized that I left you all alone, and I know I did.
They're called the called the Admirations. The Admirations there. We flipped over 2 records, the charts on Velvetone, the Admirations there. That's January 68 on the wonderful record label. It's out of Chicago, Illinois. The Admirations, song entitled Don't Leave Me. And now we're going to do a twin spin. We're going to do a twin spin with this great group out of Cincinnati, Ohio. That is... that would be, as I'm losing my mind, that would be Otis Williams and the Charms. I can't tell you, they must have about 60 45s on the Deluxe and the King record labels. But then after they left King or King Deluxe, they went to OK Records, a division of Columbia Records, and they have like maybe I think 4 or 5 on that label, and 2 of them I think are excellent, and we're going to have a twin spin here. Up first, this was like one of the records I paid a couple bucks for. They said, "Oh, the Otis Williams and the Charms records, they're not as good as their Deluxe records. Those were coming from my big Group Harmony sellers." I says, "Okay, you know what? I'll buy them for $2. They're nice and mint. I don't care. I like the music anyway." So up first is from May of 1966 on the OK record label. It's Otis Williams and the Charms. The first one up is called Welcome Home.
To kiss your lips again. You don't even have to say where you've been. Holding you makes the clouds disappear, and the sun starts shining and dries all of my tears. I just want
Actually, we're going to get a triple play here because Andrew Turner likes the flip of this 45, so we're going to play that. But we're going to go to the twin spin, so we're going to have a triple spin on Otis Williams and the Charms. I got to welcome in Michael from California. Michael, haven't seen you in a while, and I had 2 of your requests somewhere. I have to find them. I had them here. You sent me a bunch of them, and I found a few, and we got to welcome Sabrina into the chat room. Welcome to the Vinyltreasure show, actually the visual here on YouTube. So let's get back to our twin spin here. So that was Welcome Home from May of 1966 on the OK record label. We're going to instantly play the flip side for Andrew Turner in our YouTube chat room, but let's go to the twin spin that I had planned. Now, you all know Patsy Cline, and Patsy Cline, she recorded a song in 1958 or 57 called I Fall to Pieces. Well, guess who does a rendition of that? An interesting rendition of that. That's Otis Williams and his Charms. This is also on the OK record label. This is from December 65. This is prior to Welcome Home. But let's give a listen to this cover tune here by Otis Williams and the Charms and their rendition of the tune I Fall to Pieces.
Well, I fall to pieces each time I see you again, and I fall to pieces. How can I be just your friend? Well, you want me to act like we've never kissed. You want me to forget, pretend we never met. And I tried, and I haven't yet. Well, you walk by and I fall to pieces. I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name. I fall to pieces. Time only adds to the flame. You tell me to find someone else to love, someone who'll love me too, for when you used to do. Every time I go out with someone new, well, you walk by and I go to pieces.
That is Otis Williams and the Charms covering. As Johnny G draws a complete blank. Tell me who she's covering here. Patsy Cline. Oh my goodness. Everybody's got me, Johnny G, all excited here. That's why. Covering Patsy Cline. Otis Williams in the Charts covering Patsy Cline's I Fall to Pieces. Because Ed is confusing me because he does do Walking After Midnight. He must like those Patsy Cline tunes. I do. I love Patsy Cline. She's Got You, especially when she talks about I got your records, but she's got you. I think that's such a great line. I really do. Johnny G babbling on here. Let's play a request for Andrew Turner. Instant requests. I normally do not do instant requests because I have to have the record in front of me. So let's flip over Welcome Home by Otis Williams and the Charms from May of '66 on the OK record label because Andrew likes the flip side. So this is going out to Andrew instantaneously. Otis Williams and the Charms. It's called I Got Lovin'.
Remember my love, dear, the one you used to know. Well, it's still here, just like before. Now, if you need me, just you call me. I'll be there, right by your side. Just for you, yeah, just for you, yeah. You think that a fool would learn his lesson in time, but time is too still and I'll never learn mine. Now, if you need me, just you call me. I'll be there, right by your side.
That's an instant request for Andrew Turner. I got lovin' that. The Otis Williams and the Charms, great two-sided 45 on the OK record label from May 1965 on the OK record label. Johnny G here on our Monday get-together. We're here from 8 to 11 p.m. on Mondays. So if you're new to the show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications when I go live. Also click the bell. You got to click the bell and click the like. Click the like. Because if I got to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's what Johnny G needs to get to. That is very important. And thank you all for being part of the vinyl community tonight. Let's continue here. And this is actually a special request, and I know Sabrina she's in our YouTube chat room, and I remember from when I was at that other station that she liked Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is kind of a rare 45. Reed, I'm sure you have this, because this came out in 1968. I think it was included either in a magazine or a publication in Detroit, and it was only sold like at the magazine stands. It was included like in the paper or in the magazine, and that was the only way you were able to get this. And I guess it's on a label called Standard Groove, but it was like Motown Records and the newspaper or the magazine get together to put this out, and it was like a public service announcement about the city of Detroit and of the the building up of the city and how they were going to make it. And it already really was the car capital of the world. It was the car capital of the world at one time. I mean, my Cadillac, I think, wasn't built in Detroit. It was built in Canada, but that's the way it is. But anyway, this is from 1968. It's Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is on the Standard Groove label, and we're going to send it out to Sabrina because I know she likes Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I know she does that. But it's called I Care About Detroit.
There are many reasons why one cares about a city. Why you care about its problems, its people, and indeed its very future. Is it friendly, warm, hospitable, and are there good job opportunities, educational facilities, and a cultural center? Are you proud to call it your hometown? When you come right down to it, I venture to say you'll all agree to a resounding yes when you're talking about Detroit.
In
That's definitely one you normally don't hear by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. That one there, I Care About Detroit. I think it's the Standard Groove label, and it's really not an easy 45 to find because it was only issued that one day, I think. Whatever the publication was that it came out, it's from 1968, and I was lucky to get a copy of that. Johnny G here on a Monday evening, spinning 1960s. We do it every Monday from 8 to 11. Let's continue here. And I'm sure when I bought a 45, was it in the 70s? You know a song called I'm Born Again? Wait, no, that was Sarita. What did Patty Austin had a big hit in the 70s? I forget what that, I'm sure some of you know what that song is. I just didn't have time to really check it out, but this is an early Patty Austin. Some of her records are pretty pricey on the Coral record label, like it was mid-1960s here for her. And this one's from 1966. It's actually a great two-sided 45, but I like this side a little bit better. Miss Patty Austin from 1966 on Coral Records. Let's give a listen to her tune. It's called Leave a Little Love.
If I'm just a toy you're gonna play with, if I'm not the girl you're gonna stay with, then don't take all my love, don't let me give you all my love, no, 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 'cause I want you to leave a little love in my heart, yeah, leave a little love when we part. If I meet someone new somewhere someday, then I'll have a little love to give to him right away. If I'm just a clown you're having fun with, you'll just put me down when I am done with. Well, darling, that's okay, but there is one thing I must say. Oh, darling, please. Well, I want you to leave a little love in my heart. Leave a little love so when we part. If I meet someone new somewhere someday, then I'll have a little love to give to him right away. Well, I want you to leave a little love to give to him right away. Yeah, yeah. Leave a little love in my heart. Yeah,
As Miss Patty Austin from 1966 on the Coral record label, song entitled Leave a Little Love. That's a cool tune. That's what kind of records I was buying for, a dime or a quarter. And anyway, let's continue here on the All 60s edition. I was 10 years old when this next 45 came out, and actually this record is very sentimental to me because I was with my aunt at a record store in White Plains, New York when she bought this 45. And by the way, for you collectors out there, the true first press of this comes on the red Dakar label. So if you have the black Dakar label with the rainbow around it, that's really not the first press. The first press is the red Dakar label. And she loved this record, and this is the kind of music that she really kind of has been embedded in my mind as I go back to 1968, as she was such a big influence on your host Johnny G. Really, my the essence of my music loving hobby was based on her. And it was unfortunate that she passed away a couple years ago because she was supposed to be a guest listener, believe it or not, on this show. And she would talk about this record. I wanted her to talk about especially her own records. But this was my Aunt Mary's record from November of 1968 because I love this tune. And it was a hit for Mr. Tyrone Davis. So this is kind of like VG, but I will always cherish this record and all her records in my collection. This is Mr. Tyrone Davis from November of 1968 on the Dakar label, and a song called Can I Change My Mind?
Oh, she didn't bat an eye as I packed my bags to leave. I thought she would start to cry, or sit around my room and weep. But you're the girl, she fooled me this time. She acted like I was the last thing on her mind. I would like to start all over again. Baby, can I change my mind? I just wanna change my mind. Baby, let me change my mind. As I took those steps toward that open door, knowing all the time, oh Lord, I just didn't want to go. But she didn't give me no sign, nothing that would make me change my mind. I would like to start all over again. Baby, can I change my mind? Please, 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 baby, I just wanna change my mind. Oh, I played my games many times before, but people's let me tell y'all, oh, I never reached the door. But ooh, the wind is high out tonight. I keep looking back, but my baby's not in sight. I would like to start all over again. Baby, let me change my mind. I'm so sorry, baby. Baby, I love you. Baby, I need you. I got to have you.
I apologize for it only being a VG record, but, I get chills when I play that record. That was my aunt's 45, really, and that's the great Tyrone Davis there. Can I Change My Mind on the Dakar record label, November 5th of 68. I just turned 10 years old. Just turned 10 years old that September of 68, and she would take me to the record store to buy the 45s in White Plains. If you bought 10 records, you got 2 free. And that's what she did. That's smart buying. That is very smart buying on my aunt's part, I have to say. Johnny G here on the All 60s edition and more. We heard some rockabilly records before and played some jangly pop tunes also, but let's continue here. And this record is another cheapo that I paid 10 cents for. Used to find this record a lot around flea markets here in Westchester County, New York. It's from March of I can't read the sixes. Yeah, March of 1966. This is on the Jamaica label out of Jamaica, Queens, and I think the group, are they from Detroit? I think Edward Hamilton. I think wasn't he with the Arabians? But this is Edward Hamilton and the Fifes, Fifes, And I posted this one up on my Facebook wall. I did 4 records. I think this is the last one I haven't played yet. But let's give it a spin here. It's from March 68. The label's out of Queens, New York. Edward Hamilton and the Fifes. It's called Call Me.
Call me, call me, call me, call me, baby, call me. I can't go on another day, feeling the way I feel today. Just one phone call to let me know everything is alright. Ring my number, baby. Ring my number. Anytime, day or night. Oh, baby. Once in a while, just call me. Call me. Call me, baby. I can't concentrate for thinking about you. I don't wanna separate. Oh baby, I can't do without you. Just a phone call. It's been so long. I'm beginning to feel just like I'm being strung along. So just a little bit of time and one thing down.
March 66 release there on the Jamaica label. That's Edward Hamilton and the Fifes. Edward originally from Detroit, Michigan, and they teamed up. They came down to Jamaica, Queens to have this release on the Jamaica label. Call Me. I think that both sides of that record are pretty good. Johnny G here spinning original vinyl 45s. Let's continue here. And this gal, she's out of Philadelphia. This is on the Parkway record label. I picked both her 45s. Well, she's got 3. This is her first of 3 on the Parkway label. Actually, I pulled her last one. I don't think I have her second one. Maybe I do. I'm not sure. Johnny G doesn't know. With all, my 60s collection is kind of fuzzy and foggy. But anyway, I like this tune by this gal. Her name is Christine Cooper. This one from January 1966. Yes, January 66. We go to Philadelphia to the Parkway record label. Christine Cooper with her tune called SOS, parentheses, Heart in Distress.
I feel myself sinking in a tear, yeah. I'm reaching for you, but you're not here, yeah. I think there's a whole story going down, down, down. I heartbreak and its head is not going down.
That's Miss Christine Cooper. Christine Cooper on the Parkway record label out of Philadelphia, PA, January 1966, SOS Heart in Distress. As we have a big thunderstorm going on here. I think they said it was supposed to rain here in the New York area. So I'm sick and tired of the rain. We had so much rain here. Anyway, excuse me, folks, as we continue here on the All 60s edition. If you're new to the Vinyl Treasure Show, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll have I'm pretty sure I'll have an announcement this coming Saturday on the Vinyl Treasure Show, so please be sure to tune in. Let's continue here, and we go out to California now, and we go to the Money record label. I don't forget who, John Dolphin sold this label to someone, and they changed the logo because I don't think he owned it anymore. Wasn't he murdered? I think wasn't John Dolphin the label owner? Wasn't he murdered for some reason? But I think that's what happened, and the label was sold. But this is I like this gal, Betty Swan. She does some pretty nice records. Of course, her big hit, Make Me Yours. She's got some really nice tunes here, but I think this is a B-side of hers that I like. And this one from August of 1967. This is on the Money label. Let's give a spin to Betty Swan. Betty Swan on the Money label. It's called Lonely Love.
Tell me, baby, where have you been? I'm so glad to have you back. Please don't ever leave again. I know you were lonely, or you wouldn't have left. You wouldn't have had to go looking for the love of someone else. You won't be lonely no more. I didn't realize what you needed, but now I know. You need someone to love you, someone to treat you right. So take another look at me. I need your love tonight. So come to me, yeah. Tell me, baby, don't you think it's unfair, so unfair, for you to walk past me as if I wasn't there? I know there are lots of girls around to give you a good time, but what you really need is true love, and there is no love like mine. Yeah, lonely, you won't be lonely no more. You won't be lonely no more. Lonely, lonely love. You don't have to worry no more, baby. You don't have to worry no more, baby. Never, never again. I'm gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna never, never, never again. Never again will you be lonely.
I'm telling you, Betty Swan, she's got some great tunes there. That one there on the Money record label. Miss Betty Swan from August 1967, song entitled Lonely Love. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition. As I told you, sometimes I played Doris Duke earlier in the show from November of 1970. Let's play another 1970s 45. This one released in May of 1970. The group is known as the Unlimited Four. I probably have multiple copies of this. Again, when I used to go out to the flea markets and garage sales, sometimes you would come across quantities of records. I learned my lesson from when I was much younger, when I was in high school. Oh, I think I'll just take one of these $3,000 records and leave the rest behind. But when I saw multiple copies after I kind of learn, you learn the hard way. I said, oh, how much are these 45s? I'll buy the Unlimited Four. Oh, they're 10 cents a piece, but if you take them all, give me $1. Okay, I'll take all 10 for $1. So that's what I ended up doing, but it was too late on some of the records. But anyway, this is one of those This is one of those 10-cent purchases from May of 1970. They're called the Unlimited 4. This is on the Chanson, Chanson label. Again, 1970. It's called Walk Away Lover.
My heart and broke it to bits. Now you're walking away.
Walk away, lover, don't come back. Walk away, lover, don't come back. Walk away. I know that you don't love me. All the love in my heart I gave to you, all my hope and trust. But you wanted someone else, 'cause the grass on this side wasn't green enough. So walk away, lover, don't come back. Walk away, lover, don't come back. Walk away. I know that you don't love me. Know that you don't love me. Love is like a final exam. You can cheat and pass with a grin, but when you try practicing what you learn, you wish for those class days again and again. So walk away, love, don't come. Walk away, lover, don't come back. Walk away. I know that you don't love me. Know that you don't love me. Keep on stepping, baby. Walk away now. Keep on stepping. Oh, you don't love me. Keep on stepping.
Touch of the 70s here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. They're called the Unlimited 4. Unlimited 4, there's on the Chanson record label. May 1970 release, Walk Away Lover. Well, it's not quite time to walk away, lover. We will be ending at 11 p.m. sharp, so thank you all for tuning into the Vinyl Treasure Show. Tell your friends on the Monday night show, this is a new show for Johnny G. I just have such a passion for music and 45, so I hope you can feel my passion coming through the video and the sound. But let's continue here and talking about my aunt. And Randy P. was relating a memory also of his record purchasing when he was younger. But this was another 45. This is my aunt's original. And you know these styrene records. Where's Brian for the styrene? You know, I hate styrene records, especially when you play it a lot. But this was her original copy of this record. And of course, I'm talking about Bobby Hebb. You know, he had a big hit. #1 national hit with a song called Sunny. But he had a lot of other cool 45s. I think Satisfied Mind, the flip side of this, might have been the A side, but this is the side that my aunt loved as we go back to September of 1966 for Mr. Bobby Hebb on the Phillips label and his tune called Love, Love, Love.
That makes my day seem brighter. Love is your arms around me, makes my troubles lighter. When I hold your hand so tightly, I feel that I am stronger. I feel so much about you, I just can't wait no longer. For the world of my touch, I feel it. and yet there's heartache. Love is the sound of laughter. A boy and girl make sweet love is all around you. Though love itself is vain, in love there's so much pleasure, and yet there's so much pain. Oh, the wonderful touch of love, the wonderful warmth of desire. Oh, the sweet tender nights and the kissing, setting my soul on fire. Baby, love is a dream come true. Love is a girl like you. Love is a dream come true. Love is a girl like you. Love is a girl like you, babe, so warm and oh so tender. Love is the power, baby, that's making me surrender. When I look into your soft eyes, I melt like candy jam. I do anything to please you, yes, anything I can. Oh, the wonderful touch of love, the wonderful warmth of desire. Oh, the sweet tender nights and the kisses, setting my soul on fire. Baby, love is a dream come true. Love is a girl like you. Love is a dream come true. Love is a girl. Oh, the wonderful touch of love, the wonderful warmth of desire. Oh, the sweet tender.
There's some damage on that 45. That's because it's a styrene press. That's Mr. Bobby Hebb. Bobby Hebb from 1966. That's on the Phillips record label. Love, Love, Love is the name of that one. That's a great tune by Bobby Hebb, September 66. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go to another cover song here. Is this song originally recorded by The Doors, but I also like Jose Feliciano's rendition of this tune, and also I like this gal's rendition. Her name is Retta Hughes, and this is on a cool sounding label name. It's called Tetragrammaton. What a name for a record label. Tetragrammaton Records. And this was released in December of 1968. And she does a nice rendition of this. A nice soulful rendition by Retta Hughes. Give a listen to her rendition of the tune Light My Fire.
You know that I would be a liar
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Retta Hughes is her name. December 1968 release on the Tetragrammaton record label. Retta Hughes with Light My Fire. Johnny G's Fire is almost out, as we have 14 minutes to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go to Morris Levy's Roulette record label for this next artist. I think he's got about 4 releases on this Roulette record label. I know I have one by him also on the VJ label, but this one is from July of 1966. His name is Wayne Anthony. Wayne Anthony on the Roulette record label, and his tune is called G. The letter G is for girls. July 1966 release there for Wayne Anthony on the Roulette record label. G is for girls. I don't know if politically correct if that stands nowadays, but we definitely know that G is for Johnny G. Yes, Dave the Rave, you are correct, for Johnny G on a Monday evening from 8 to 11. Again, I will be back next Saturday from 10 to 1 a.m. and maybe longer. Usually go to 1:30, but I'll be back next Saturday. Let's continue here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. How about a girl group sound here? This is on the Blue Cat record label. Came out in April of 1965. They're called the Bouquets. The Bouquets on the Blue Cat label is with a song called Welcome to My Heart.
Welcome to my heart. Can't you hear me calling? Come and get me, baby. 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 You're welcome to my heart. Lover, there will never be another. I won't deceive you. Welcome to my heart. Come on now. Come and get me, baby. Please come and get me, baby. You're welcome to my heart. Can't you see you drive me crazy? Can't you hear me praying? Can't you hear me
They're called the Bouquets. They're the Bouquets on the Blue Lake record label. You guys got me all choked up. You do. April 1965 release on the Blue Cat label. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to my Monday night Vinyl Treasure Show, all 60s edition and more. We heard some rockabilly records earlier, but let's continue here with a few more as we wind down here. This is an interesting record because I tell you, there's a touch of the 70s, and this didn't sound like a 70s record to me at all, so I thought the dates might have been wrong, but the artist goes by the name of Jimmy Helms. Jimmy Helms on the Oracle computer, all these computer things, Michael, that we're talking about. Tetragrammaton, and now we're on the Oracle. Now we're on the Oracle record label here. But his name is Jimmy Helms. Jimmy Helms, and this one released in July of 1970. And the name of the tune is called My Little Devil.
That sweet little devil tempting me to lose control. Here comes that sweet little devil, and I'm about to sell my soul. I saw a cute little angel hanging round the apple tree, but I still don't know why I picked her. Satan must have spoke to me. All it took was just a taste, and I got hooked on an angel's face. Here comes that sweet little devil, tempting me to lose control. Oh, here comes that sweet little devil, and I'm about to lose my soul. I tried so hard to resist her, but I saw heaven in her eyes. I thought that she was an angel, but she's a devil in disguise. She took me on a cloud, and I don't want to get back down. No, I don't want to get back down. Ooh, here comes that sweet little devil, tempting me to lose control. I tell ya, here comes that sweet little devil, and I'm about to lose my soul, yeah. Woman, I'm hip to your game, 'cause it's all been the same since Adam and the apple tree, yeah. Here comes that sweet little devil, tempting me to lose control. Here comes that sweet little devil, and I'm about to sell my soul. Here comes that sweet little devil, tempting me to lose control. Here comes that sweet little devil, and I'm about to sell my soul.
Touch of the 70s here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Mr. Jimmy Helms. Jimmy Helms, July 1970 release on the Oracle label, My Little Devil. We'll get a couple more 45s in here before Johnny G signs off. Let's go to January of 1967 on the MGM record label. And this one is by Joanne Morgan. Joanne Morgan, and the name of her tune is called, full title, Just How Loud, parentheses, Must the Music Play?
Wild time, 'cause I'm so sick of crying. Gonna show you I can get along without you. I know, as long as music's playing, that I won't be aware that you're not here with me like you used to be when I called you baby. Just how loud must the music be to make it drown out all my misery? If the music's too loud, will it chase away all the pain I feel when I see your face? Just how long can the band play on to make me realize that you are gone? If the band cello, because when I find the music's over, baby, well then the silence of my lonely room makes me break down and cry. I need you, baby. Just how loud must the music be to make it drown out all my misery? If the music's loud, will it chase away all the pain I feel when I see your face? Just how long can the band play on to make me realize that you are gone? If the band can play on all night long, will it dry all the tears that are in my eyes? And just how loud must the music be to make it drown out all my misery? If the music's loud, will it chase away all the pain I feel when I see your face? Just how long can the band play on to make me realize that you are gone?
Wow, why are they giving me a copyright strike? They know that I'm going to be, you know what, every time I get toward 3 hours, you know, they limit me to 3 hours, but we got 2 more 45s to go before we are signing off here. So, but this is a special, well, actually, let me tell you what you just heard. We just heard as Joanne Morgan, January 1967, release on the MGM record label, Just How Loud, parentheses, Must the Music Play? Well, the music's going to be going down. We got 2 more 45s to go here. This is our last request for tonight, and it's a special request for my listener, Cheryl Morgan. Cheryl Morgan, this one on the Liberty record label, she wanted to hear the Crickets. I think Bobby V was singing lead with the Crickets from time to time on their Liberty releases. I think they did an album together. But this is going out to Cheryl Morgan. This is from April 62. These are the Crickets on the Liberty label. It's a Jerry Goffin, Carole King pen tune. It's called Don't Ever Change. And that Johnny G will not ever change, that is for sure. Never going to change my show. I do it my way. And this is going out to Cheryl Morgan, the Crickets with Don't Ever Change.
You never wear a stitch of lace, and powder's never on your face. You're always wearing jeans, except on Sunday. But please don't ever change. No, don't you ever change. I kinda like you just the way you are. You don't know the latest dance, but when it's time to make romance, your kisses let me know you're not a tomboy. So please don't ever change. No, don't you ever change. Oh, promise me you're always gonna be as sweet as you are. I love you when you're happy. I love you when you're blue. I love you when you're mad at me. So how can I get tired of you? Lots of other girls I've seen know how to treat guys mean, but you would rather die than ever hurt me. So please don't ever change. No, don't you ever change. Oh, promise me you're always gonna be as sweet as you are. Please don't ever change. Don't you ever change. Please don't ever change. Don't you ever change. Please don't ever change.
That is a special request for listener Cheryl Morgan. Cheryl Morgan from April 1962. Those are the Crickets on the Liberty record label. Don't ever change. And a Rockin' Ed says that it's Jerry Naylor. Wait, what did you say? Rockin' Ed. That Jerry Naylor and Glenn Campbell duet there. Well, anyway, that is going out to Cheryl Morgan. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. They are giving me copyright issues here because I'm going over 3 hours. I got to get up to 1,000. Got to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and they won't give me the. I can go on for days. But anyway, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you so much tuning into my All 60s edition. It'll be every Monday from 8 to 11 p.m. right here on YouTube right now live. But we'll probably be making a special announcement on Saturday night. So tune in Saturday night for that special announcement if everything goes as planned, but then I'll let you know. But anyway, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for tuning into the All 60s edition. If you like 60s music, if you like 60s music, got to tune into my buddy Dave the Rave and his Relics and Rarity show. He does a syndicated show that's on many different stations at different times, but it's a very cool show. It's only an hour show, and also Dave is on Sunday nights from 9 to midnight on Top Shelf Oldies, so you can check it out. I still listen to Dave the Rave. He is the only show that I will tune into on Top Shelf, and unfortunately, that is my network and will stay that way. So thank you all for joining in tonight and joining me on a Monday evening here. That's going to do it, folks, for me. We're going to close the show tonight with a cool closer, I guess. It's from May of 1965, and the group is out of Bakersville, California. It's on the F&G record label. They're called the Avengers. The Avengers. Johnny G is avenging. Yes, I am. It's May 1965. The Avengers on FG Records. It's called When It's Over, and it is over. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all. The copyright police are coming after me. I gotta go. Thank you all. I'll see you either this coming Saturday at 10 o'clock right here on YouTube, or again next Monday night for more Sounds of the 60s, 50s and early 60s Saturday, mid 60s, and later on Monday. Thank you all again for tuning in. Everybody be safe. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you Saturday night. Take care. Bye-bye. The Avengers.
When it's over.